How do you navigate your grief if you didn't attend the person's funeral? Maybe the funeral was far away and you couldn't get there. Maybe there wasn't a funeral. Maybe the family had a small private funeral and you couldn't get there. The funeral is an incredible marker, and it makes real the reality that this person is gone. Pomp and circumstance in ceremony. We make something bigger. We put a lot of ritual and symbolic gesture and action into it. We have pallbearers, we have flowers, we have songs, we stand up, we sit down, we wear our funeral clothes. That is an indicator to our souls. Our souls operate in the realm of image and symbol and gesture and ritual. So those rituals and gestures and symbols and images speak to our souls, and they're helping us integrate. They really are gone. Because when someone we love dies, it's actually hard to believe. Even if you saw them die, even if you knew for months that they were dying. I mean, a sudden death is so much worse, but it's the same thing. It's hard to believe. And so the healing after a death, in the immediate hours after a death, and days and week even, and even longer sometimes, is making it real. Coming to terms with the fact this is really real. And so that's the power of a funeral. And if you couldn't go to the funeral and you missed that, how do you make it real? So if the funeral's happening and you just can't be there, one thing to do is to take that time when everyone else is at the funeral and do something yourself. Go to the river, write on the rocks things you love about this person and how much you'll miss them, and throw those rocks in the river and cry and say goodbye to them. Do something. Go to the place that you two love together and do a symbolic gesture that is a goodbye. If there's no funeral, you can still do that. You need to do something to your own system and for your own system that makes real the fact that they're gone. Sometimes when people don't have funerals, that closure never happens. And it's not closure like it's over. It's closure like you close that chapter and you start the next chapter. And I've certainly done funerals for people who died decades ago. Maybe the funeral didn't happen, or maybe the funeral didn't do what it was supposed to do. And in whatever way, if we didn't get what we needed, we can do it again. The soul doesn't live in clock time. We can have a funeral 30 years later, and people grieve as if the person has just died, and it changes things. The beautiful thing with ritual is that you can work around the parameters of the physical world and still get the soul support you need.